At this point, you should know that when you see a graph that is going to be this way, you have to do long division, and you are going to get 2 whole plus 7 over x minus 3. Okay, and with this, you have to identify your two asymptote. The horizontal asymptote is y equals to 2 based on this number, as well as the vertical asymptote is x equals to 3. And this is how you draw the graph with the x-intercept, y-intercept when x is equals to 0 and y equals to 0. So this is for C1 and C2. You are given a conics like this. Have to identify that, okay, the x square guy and the y square guy is both plus, so there's not a hyperbola. Now one is a 3 and one is a 4, so it's going to be conic. So in order for it to be conic, you got to divide by 12, and I will get x minus 1 square over 4 plus y square over 3 equals to 1. You have to identify that this guy, the a is equals to 2, and for this guy, b equals to root 3. Now this is going to be a ellipse with center at 1 comma 0 as well, and then the a is equals to 2, b equals to root 3. Okay, so at 1 comma 0, it is going to be here. Now root 3 is the vertical distance, a is the horizontal distance. So at 1, okay, I'm going to use red for this. 1, if you're going to draw your set, if this is the center of the ellipse, it's going to cut until here. And because a is 2, right, over here, this guy should be -1. Actually, it should have to be more proportionate, because if 1 is here, now half is here, so that's not very good. So let's move 1 a little bit further away. Yeah, this is going to be a bit better. Okay, and then you have to draw something more proportionate. So this is -1, because from 1 to -1 is 2 units from 1, and then this one should be 3. Okay, so now the thing is, when I draw the graph, this was not very proportionate at all. So let's tidy it up and make it better. So if this is 3, and then I know that 1 have to be here, and then half have to be here, so the graph is going to cut in this way and this way and going downwards. Your graph have to be more proportionate. Okay, yeah, so now I can draw the conics. Okay, in this case, this is -1, and this have to cut here because it's only going to be 2 units over here. In fact, the left side is a little bit too much. So you have to try and make it as symmetrical as possible. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then the other side is going to connect here downwards. You have to turn here. Okay, and then it goes up here. Not very nice because the vertical distance is not the best. Okay, so like I say, you have to try and make it as proportionate as possible. This is a little bit better, but not so good. Okay, you got to practice. So if you don't practice, and then your shape is all going to be haywire, okay, when the real thing comes. Yeah, okay, so this is the ellipse of C2. You can just label it C1 and C2. This is -1, 3, and then the top right over here is called 1 comma root 3, because that's the vertical um, distance. Okay, in fact, this is still not the best here. Try to make it as symmetrical as possible. Make sure you do it well. Okay, so now the second part, look here, this part, show algebraically that the x-coordinate of the point of intersection. So when we want to do point of intersection, right? Okay, so this means that just sub the first this y into this y, and that's it. Okay, that's the easiest way. That means 3x minus 1 square plus 4 bracket 2x plus 1 over x minus 3 square. I replace this y with the y of the C1. Okay, equals to 12. Your job is to make it look exactly like him. Okay, so you only need to do some manipulation. Don't open up the thing. Bring this 3 guy over to the right side. 4 2x plus 1 square over x minus 3 square equals to 12 minus 3 x minus 1 square. Then all you need to do is to cross multiply. 4 2x plus 1 square equals to x minus 3 square bracket 12 minus 3 x minus 1 square, and this is shown. Okay, so when you see point of intersection, you know all you need to do is to sub in one into the other. Or if the question asks find how many roots by inserting the suitable straight line, you just got to make sure that one side of the question, okay, is the same as the graph. So for example, now this is the answer of what they want you to do. And actually for part 3, all you need to do is to draw two new graphs. This one, use your GC, draw y1. This one, use your GC, draw y2. Use second function f4 and then find the intersection of these two graphs. Okay, you can find the answer. Alright, which actually also satisfy these 2 points. Now, if the question comes out in a different way, that means, for example, find the number of roots. Okay, for 2x plus 1 square equals to x minus 3. So this can come up the reverse way, whereby this is now the question. Okay, these two equations you don't see it from the graph because the first part asks you to draw the graph of C1 and C2. Okay, all you need to do is to make sure you bring this over for 2x plus 1 square over x minus 3 squared. You make one side look exactly like C1. C1 is y equals to 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. Okay, so make sure you make one side exactly the same as C1. Okay, now I divide by 4 or on the other side. So this is 2x plus 1 square over, or rather in this case, once you make the left side exactly the same as C1, right? Now you can replace this with y. Okay, so this you will have 4y squared equals to 12 minus 3 x minus 1 square. 4y squared plus x minus 1 square equals to 12. Yes, so this is exactly the same equation as the ellipse that you draw. Okay, so the question is asking for how many roots. So you just look at from the graph, there are two real roots. That's all. Okay, so I don't know why students are weak in this, or maybe you do not understand the question. So the question is just whenever you have two equal to each other, and especially when you have already drawn the graph, just make sure you make this, because there are no more y's in this question, you realize. But whatever you make to be 2x plus 1 over x minus 3, right, you can replace it with y. And that will usually form the second equation. Or sometimes you may need to insert the equation that you need to you need to draw it out, okay, to find the number of roots. And always make one side the same as the graph, okay, that you have already drawn. And this is how you solve this type of question.